Is taxation theft?
Taxation theft?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Oh man, let me think. Taxation is theft because back in the interview too.
Yeah, come on in, man.
Hey!
Yeah,
What's happening? What does it smell? Are you the one that put the Molly in my drink last Friday?
I know.
Damn.
What's
that's
Molly?
not him.
Butthole Molly?
Yeah.
Damn,
It's like ecstasy.
we need to have an investigation.
I don't like Molly though. I like the cut.
This dude right here
Yep.
doing a fine job.
Fire,
Is he?
bro.
Yes,
You guys,
he is.
you know
killing
him?
it, bro.
I don't know
don't
him,
know.
but my truck is parked in here.
Okay.
I got about 50K wrapped up in my truck and he's protecting it right now.
Oh, okay. Where are you parked at, man? I'm gonna follow you.
All right, follow me.
All right,
Come on,
let's
let's go.
Can I have like 2K of the 50K?
What?
Can I get 2K of the 50K?
I get you, man. Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Us?
Oh, man.
I shoot in 4K though.
Yeah, you shoot in 4K, not 20K.
What?
He shoots in 4K.
I said I shoot in 4K.
Shoot
I ain't got
4K?
50K, but I shoot in 4K. Yeah.
You got 50K?
No,
Like
I
$50,000?
4K. No, 4K. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Image quality. That's all.
Image quality?
Yeah, I'm not balling out of control like that.
I don't know what that means.
4K, you know, like it's just the image quality. Like
Okay.
4K is like really top
Yeah.
quality
So what do you want to
format.
know?
Huh?
So what do you want to know? For your 4K?
Okay. You want to do an interview or what?
Sure, let's
Okay.
go.
How is taxation theft?
Taxation theft?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Oh man, let me think. Taxation is theft because, you know, we're out here, we're fucking working. I'm a blue collar worker, okay? I'm in fucking carpentry, okay? We're out here building for the public, for all these fucking people to enjoy something, you know what I mean? That's built out of fucking wood or whatever, okay?
Has a hard fucking deck and hands, baby.
Exactly. I break my back, I break my hands, I break my neck every single day just for the Colorado nation to enjoy something. Like something that I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know how to put it in words.
Well, how would we pay for all the services? There's a car coming behind you. How would you pay for all the services the government provide without taxation?
Well, I mean, taxation, the government to pay. I mean, so say this building right here wants something done to their building, okay? They should pay out of pocket with no taxes, okay? Just because they want, so I build decks, okay? High-end quality decks. If they want a deck on the back of their building, why should the government fucking survive off of that? Why should the government eat off of that? You know, that has nothing to do with the fucking government, okay? Let them pay for it. If they want to pay for it, that money goes straight to me.
But those tax dollars that are allocated for like services that are provided, how would those services be provided if there wasn't taxation?
They could hire us directly without taxes. They shouldn't need our tax money just to build something that they want specifically for their building.
So what about, but where would the money come from though, is what I'm asking.
That money would come from their revenue or their, for example, if it's a homeowner, that money would come from their equity, okay? We shouldn't have to call up banks or anything like that to ask for money just so they can have a deck to enjoy their backyard or something like that.
So what about like government services like police and fire department? How would that be paid for?
Now, if police want better vehicles, better, you know, computers or, you know, communication radios or something like that, then I agree with taxes coming into play.
So then you said taxation is theft, so some theft is okay, but not as much theft. So what's a reasonable amount of theft?
I feel like gas prices, what is it, property taxes, I feel like that's 100% theft, because we're already paying on, you know, those prices, you know, like a mortgage and all that other good shit. If they're trying to add in fucking property taxes and shit like that on top of a mortgage, I feel like that's theft, because we're already paying on something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of money that people get is taxed, and then it's taxed, and then it's taxed again, right?
It's taxed multiple times,
So-
more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, more than 4 times. It's just a way of, you know, the government, you know, city governments, you know, nationwide governments. It's just a way of them, you know, to make money, to line their pockets.
So you said that some theft is okay. So does the government own you?
To a certain extent, yes.
They do.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that's kind of a dangerous proposition, right? Because as a free American human being,
Yep.
I believe that I own myself. So if I
Exactly.
own myself, that means I own the fruits of my labor too.
Exactly.
So anyone who comes and takes it or steals it by force and coercion, either one of two things, either taxation's theft or I'm a slave and they own me, right?
Exactly.
And so I believe that all of the things that government provide can actually be provided peacefully and cooperatively through the free market. So like everything that the government thinks everything that people think we have to have government for, right? Like
Yeah.
these services cannot be provided any other way. I think that's really just brainwashing, and really everything can be provided peacefully and cooperatively without through the barrel of a gun, right? Because government by definition is to govern by force, right?
Yeah.
So, and to govern is to control by force. So government has a monopoly on the use of force in a specific geographic area.
Yeah.
So like people always say, well, who will build the roads, right? So like saying, well, without government, who will build the roads is essentially like saying, well, without slaves, who would pick the cotton? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the government has got away with it for so long, and what they do is they raise the taxes little by little by little until basically we're slaves. Most Americans today actually pay 50% of their income to the government every year. And it's not just taxes though. Like people will say, well, I only pay 20% in taxes, but that's just your income tax. That's not your vehicle registration or your sales tax, or if you own property, you have to pay rent to the government every year, otherwise they steal your property, right?
Yeah.
Or some bullshit speeding ticket you got, or if you want to get permission to upgrade your home, you got to pay a permit, right?
Yeah.
So if you add all that up, people pay 50% to the government. That means you work 6 months out of the year just to give money to the government, and people think they're free in this country, right? And actually, during revolutionary times, a big part of the reason we had a revolutionary war was because they were raising the taxes by like a couple percent,
Yeah.
and they were already stacking bodies over that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You take rights away and you raise taxes little by little by little until
Yep.
they don't notice it, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden you're in chains. There actually is no federal law that states you have to pay federal income tax. So essentially, the IRS is literally a mafia-style strong arm with the
So-
backup of the government to steal money from people.
If we're not entitled to pay taxes, why are we still reprimanded or consequence for not paying taxes?
Because it's illegal, and like I said, they're a mafia-style government that's protected by, or mafia-style strong arm that's protected by the United States government.
So who gives the government say-so to where we need to pay taxes or not?
Exactly.
Who gives the government that?
Exactly. Like I can't say
It's basically the government that's saying yes or no.
Yep.
That is also saying, yes, you need to pay this. No, you don't need to pay that.
Let's just be
So
like, let's
me
say,
personally, I feel like the government is full of shit. Me, personally, I'm a conservative / Republican, okay? I don't agree with liberals or Democrats, okay? I don't. Because in my point of view, I feel like the Democrats are just making money off of us just to line their pockets, and it's not going towards the country itself, okay? I feel like if I'm a tax-paying citizen, I feel like even if I have to pay taxes, I feel like that my taxes should go towards the country itself. For example, better roadways, better communication systems, better like medicines or shit like that for, you know, ambulances, doctors, cops, you know, etc. But if it's just going, you know, to the Democrats or the liberals to line their pockets, they're full of shit, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. Why can't the free market handle those types of situations? Like, let's say you got to keep 100% of your paycheck. You didn't have to pay taxes. Maybe you might have more money to afford like private police, right? Or maybe you could actually afford a medical procedure, stuff like that, right? Or you could afford your own insurance instead of having to be on Medicaid or food stamps, right? So that's the thing, is that the government tries to keep you down and dependent on them, just like liberals do, right? They want a welfare state because they want to keep these people dependent upon them, so they can keep the power and control. And so I think that I'm gonna let him go here in just a second, but I think that before I let you go, Democrats and Republicans, really they're both two wings of the same bird, right? And like if you think about it, I lean more Republican than Democrat, but what really changes when there's a Republican in office, right? If we still have overspending, we still have welfare state, we still have perpetuating endless war. So I'm a libertarian because I believe in true freedom. And libertarians are more closely related to Republicans than Democrats, but they're really fiscally conservative and they're socially liberal, right? So we believe that, you know, like I said, I own myself, so more of a liberal thinking. If I want to put a drug into my own body and then you're going to take me away and lock me in a cage because I decide to intoxicate myself in a different way than drinking alcohol, that's immoral, right? Who are you to say that I can't put something in my own body, right?
We start feeding people, they're starving within our own country, but we're helping other countries. When is enough enough? When we have to help our own American people out instead of another country, because we the people come first.
Exactly. Our country should come first because we are the ones living in this country. We are the ones that are working for this country. We are the ones that are fighting for this country. What the fuck is Ukraine doing for us?
Exactly.
Not a goddamn thing. If you're going to post this on social media, if you're voting Democrat, you're voting wrong. Okay? I don't care if Trump hurts your fucking feelings or not. Trump is what's best for this fucking country right now.
Right on, man. What's your name?
Travis.
I'm CJ.
Nice to meet
you, man. Thanks for talking with us.
Yes, sir.
719, man. Take care, brother.
All right, man. Later, guys.